14.2.18x. Input wire, gas. This function allows you to execute wire inching, gas check or gas valve to check, TAWERS only, operation while the robot is in stopping state in auto mode using an external input. Wire inching using an external input greater than, when the external input is turned on, the robot executes inching operation at low speed, of the inching speed setting. After the preset changeover time, of the inching speed setting, has elapsed, the robot is switched to the high speed. Turn off the input to stop inching operation. Gas check using an external input greater than, turn the external input on, or off, to open, or close, the shield gas valve. Valid, invalid, specifies whether to apply this function, valid, or not, invalid. Input terminal, specifies a user input terminal number to receive the signal. Supplementary notes greater than, when inputs of both wire feed forward and wire feed backward are turned on at a time, wire feed, inching operation is stopped. If operation start is attempted while the external wire, gas function is on, the robot displays an alarm message, stops wire feed, gas, and does not accept the start, if the mode select switch is switched to teach side while the external wire, gas function is on, the robot displays an alarm message and stops wire feed, gas. In that case, either turn off the input or switch the mode select switch back to auto, side. 14.2.19 Wire usage monitor output. It is to turn on the specified output when the length of the wire applied exceeds the preset wire length. Turn on the reset input to turn off the specified output terminal and reset the specified wire usage value to 0.00 meters. Note it is also possible to turn off the specified output terminal by clicking the on the wire usage screen and mark the checkbox of the intended characteristics. TAWERS G3 AST Set Click Arc Welding Wire Usage Monitor Arc Welding Machine Settings OM100908282211 14.2.20 Low Pulse Settings for G3 controllers. Easy Low Pulse specifies whether to use this function, valid, or not, invalid. Low Pulse Level, LP-LEVEL, -50 to 0, LP. Duty, %A, LP-DUTY 10 to 90%, LP. Frequency, LP-FRQ, 0.5 to 10.0, Hz, LP. Delay time, LP-DELAY, -20 to +20. 14.2.21 Low Pulse Settings, for TAWERS. 1. Settings. No special settings are needed to execute low pulse welding. Add the low pulse condition command, LPWCOND, to the program. Refer to section, command, for details. Depending on the setting of TAWERS AMP, WFS switching, the setting items vary. For example, wire feed speed is not a setting item of AMP volt type, but, together with the voltage, wire feed speed is a setting item of WFS volt type. If you would like to apply the slope control to change the welding condition gradually in a preset section in the low pulse welding, use LPSLP command. Change of welding condition using the LPWCOND command won't be recorded in the weld log of the welding data management function. To use synchronous weaving low pulse welding operation to switch welding conditioner and be at each amplitude point of the weaving TAWERS MIG function, optional, is needed. Low pulse level, LP-LEVEL. It sets the condition V level against the condition A, where condition A is normal pulse condition. This low pulse function is simple low pulse mode, therefore, it won't change the feed rate. LP. Frequency, LP-FEQ. It sets low pulse frequency. The frequency to determine when to output condition A and then condition B. LP. Duty, %A, LP-DUTY. It sets ratio of condition A output to a pulse time, A plus B. LP. Delay time, LP-DELAY. It fine-tunes delay time to start low pulse. Set plus value to wait longer time to start low pulse. LPFRQ, Hertz. AB condition. AB condition. A. B. Condition. Setting dialog box when AMP volt is set, arc welding machine settings. 212 OM 1009082E17. 2. Displaying weld conditions to display low pulse welding conditions. The condition and B condition, see the figure on the right, the setting item, display low pulse condition. On the display weld condition, dialog box needs to be set to valid. See section 14.2.15 display weld condition, TAWERS only, on page 209. 3. Override. To use the override function, the setting item, display low pulse condition, on the display weld condition, dialog box needs to be set to valid. See section 14.2.15 display weld condition, TAWERS only, on page 209. The function keys are switched to either condition, A or B, related keys every time the L shift key is pressed. 14.3 TIG welder settings. It is to set the parameters of a defined TIG welder. Override, selected to edit the current settings. Back up the current welder and add a new welder, selected to add a new welder settings by making a copy of an existing one. When you select this item, you must specify the name of the welder or welder characteristics you want to make a copy of. Name of the backup welder. Note, welder asterisk represents the welder characteristics number. A setting dialog box is prepared for each welder model. The condition B condition. Current. Voltage. Wire feed speed. Set. Click. Arc welding. Welder asterisk, note, arc welding machine settings. OM 1009082E17213. 14.3.1 Weld mode. It is to specify welding mode, DC, AC or mixed TIG, and related items, such as pulse waveform type, pulse on, valid, off, invalid, pulse width, in case of pulse on setting. The setting items vary with welder models. 14.3.2 Weld condition table. It specifies TIG welding conditions. 14.3.3 Start method. It specifies whether to apply the high-frequency oscillation, a polarity of start pulse, and start parameters. YC300BP4. YC300BZ3. YC300BP4. YC300BZ3 arc welding machine settings. 214 OM 1009082E17. 14.3.4 Electrode contact detection. It is a function to bring the robot to an error stop when the electrode and workpiece are short-circuited. While welding, the robot detects electrode contact when the voltage drops below the preset weld voltage and goes into the error W0370 weld error electrode contact state. While running a program, use the chkvolt command to change the benchmark voltage for determining the electrode contact. Electrode contact detection, whether to use this function. Voltage assumed contact specifies the benchmark voltage for determining electrode contact. STICKCHK command does not. Mark the checkbox to check only short circuit between the filler wire and the base metal, not between the electrode and the base metal, when the STICKCHK command at arc endpoint is executed. 14.3.5 Tip change time. A function to specify tip replacement conditions, such as arc time, number of arc starts and number of program starts, to determine the time to replace the tip and to inform an operator when the time comes. When the tip change time comes, a message to alert you of tip replacement is displayed. Hold, set to, valid, to bring the robot to an error stop when the tip change time comes. Set to, invalid, to output to the specified output terminal number when the tip change time comes. Arc time, welding time, 0 hour 0 minute to 99 hour 59 minute, arc start count, the number of arc starts. 0 to 99,999 times, program start count, the number of program starts executed while running the specified program. Called programs of the specified program is included if any. 0 to 999 times asterisk when the count exceeds the set number, a message to alert you of tip replacement is displayed. Program name, name of the target program of the program start count. Out no. An output terminal number that is turned on when the tip change time comes. Reset in no. An input terminal number to reset the counter of the tip change time monitor to 0 when the tip change time comes. Supplementary notes greater than the reset input is processed even without getting to the time for tip replacement. Arc welding machine settings. OM10090822E17215. 14.3.6 correction value. It is to set the difference in welding current and in pulse frequency between set values and actual values respectively as correction values. Current, correction value of welding current. -50 to +50, FRQ, correction value of pulse frequency. -5.0 to +5.0. 14.4 Changing analog type welder settings. It is to set the parameters of analog type welders including ones registered by users. Override, selected to edit the current settings. Back up the current welder and add a new welder, selected to add a new welder settings by making a copy of an existing one. When you select this item, you must specify the name of the welder or welder characteristics you want to make a copy of. Name of the backup welder, note, welder asterisk, represents the welder characteristics number. An example of MIG greater than 1, select, override, and click OK. 2, click, output characteristics. 3, select, calibrate by real data, and then click OK. 4, edit parameters and click OK. The dialog box in the right figure shows that the actual output current 124A to the current setting value 120A was corrected. Set. Click. Arc welding. Welder asterisk, note, arc welding machine settings. 216 OM10090822E17. 14.5 Weld navigation. This function derives the recommended welding conditions from applied joint shape and thickness of the plate. The function is applicable to TAWERS, WG3 controller. Procedure. While displaying the arc set command setting dialog box, press the user function key for navigation. Specify the joint shape and thickness of the plate, then the recommended leg length, throat, torch angle and the aiming position are displayed. If the leg length and weld speed is changed, the recommended welding conditions, welding current, voltage and speed, are displayed. Click OK to display the confirmation message box. Then select Yes to register the recommended welding conditions in the arc set command. Please note that the recommended conditions are presented as reference on the premise that the recommended wire is used. The optimum welding conditions vary with applied wire and joint shape. Please fine-tune the recommended conditions suitable for your system. Note in case it is not possible to derive recommended welding conditions that are applicable, for example, the recommended welding current is out of the rated range, recommended conditions are displayed as per the figure on the right. Boxed off with broken line. Then, either click standard button and change conditions or click cancel button to cancel the operation. Commands. OM10090822E17217. 15. Commands. 15.1 Move commands. 15.1.1 MOVEC. 15.1.2 MOVECW. 15.1.3 MOVEL. Format MOVEC. Position name, manual speed, function circular interpolation. Position name teaching position type variable lock condition robot lock. Manual speed the robot travel speed to this point. Example travel to the teaching point P3 with circular interpolation at speed 7.5 meters per minute. MOVEC P3 7.5 meters per minute. Notes: to create a path of two separate circular arcs in series, register the circular endpoint of the first circular arc as the circular arc split-off point. For details, see section 4.11.2 What is circular interpolation on page 30.